Welcome back to Poland-Lithuania, and the phony war continues on between us and a bunch of others against primarily United States of America, which has complete hegemony over, well, the North American continent, I guess. They have a ton of men, a ton of ships. We can't reach them there, but luckily Ireland is besieged by our friend and ally, the British Union. And between episodes, I devised I was trying to figure out what to gain from this war. What can we, the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, in any way gain from this war? Why should we involve ourselves? Well, besides, trying to avoid having to go for the Great War capitulation part. Well, the main point here really is to get stuff from Portugal. And I said that in a very weird intonation. I mean, Portugal. Gain things from Portugal. We have Reino Unido here, and we could get big parts of Angola. We could get North Angola, East Angola. It wouldn't cost very much at all. We could claim, place in the sun against these things. Wouldn't be much war score. And if we could rack up more war score for just waiting here, then perhaps we could convince America that, getting those two areas as well would be worthwhile. So I think that's what we will do in the near future. All of this has already been occupied by South Africa, our faithful ally in the south. In Africa, that is. And meanwhile, British Union is doing its best in other places. I noticed over here an interesting thing, that the British Union has launched an invasion of Portugal, Brazil itself. And that is all kinds of good. I like that. Ireland still wants to give up, and we cannot allow that. They are still the main thing that is giving us hope in this war, a hope of a victory. Our ships are being built one by one. With our limited ports, that is, and I have no big hope for the Polish-Lithuanian fleet, but just maybe they could escort an army to help out with an invasion of, for example, Brazil over here. That would be good to help our allies, and seemingly the Brazilians are trying to muster some resistance. How many men do the Brazilians have? They have no, it's us. Why did we get on us? I was right-clicking here. There we go, 43 brigades. They don't have a lot. They are getting pounded. Honduras wants to give up. Once again, I have very little reason to give up. Or allow them to surrender. Since they're part of the enemy. And it would be good to keep it that way. Since they give us a war score in our favor. We're not gonna do like America. America had a bunch of war score in the beginning, but they sought a peace deal with the British Empire, and now suddenly we are the ones leading the charge. Somehow. But that's fine. It would be nice to, in some way, be able to reach these lands over here that we are fighting. And that would be through either Turkey or Russian Empire. We could never go through Turkey due to them apparently being allied with one of those we're attacking. Probably it's Ireland itself. So we will have to go through Russia, but Russia still does not want us. Maybe we can, cozy up to them, maybe offer them some deals, some money perhaps. Anything really to change your mind, perhaps let us through. Just a few armies. We just want to go there and beat someone up. Bukhara perhaps. Bukhara would be nice. We'll continue on with our main armament and stuff like that over here. Or we could just declare war on Russian Empire and try to get them into our sphere. That could work too. Apparently now they hate us even more, so I think that's a fruitless attempt. We're never gonna get a military access through their land. So they would entirely be through boats. We don't have boats, at least not in the amounts needed. And we're also fighting the fascist Swedish. And the fascist Swedes have a massive army apparently. Somehow, fascists are apparently pretty good at, forcing people to go to war. Who knew? Who could have ever seen that coming in any way? So I'm thinking that, no matter what we do, Denmark-Norway is pretty fucked. So, Sweden, would you accept a peace? You would? Excellent. Didn't even bother us too much. Nicaragua still wants to have peace, as well as Honduras. Not gonna happen. Same thing with Ireland. Stop it. You're never gonna have peace. Not like this. They are still adamant about... Well, they would give up now. So that's good. We'll keep that up. Reino Unido, we will demand from you North Angola. That's right. That's right, baby. We're grabbing it. And let's see, the guy will be there in 21st of July. And then, sweetheart, we will add some more. There we go. Place in the sun. South Angola, yeah! That's right. That's right. Who else has demanded anything? Well, this is still only the British who have demanded stuff. The good thing is that we are finally in charge of a war. That is the only good thing about all of this. Otherwise we could be in a very horrible situation right now. And place in the sun, East Angola, yeah, that's right. Yeah, come on. Give it to us. The South Africans and the British are leading the charge over here in anyway, so we don't even have to lift a finger, we just get it by default. That's wonderful. I do love that. Not having to do anything, yet gaining all the benefits. That is the life to live. That is the life to live. Do we have any naval bases here to upgrade? No, we kind of only have the tech there. Maybe we should have gone for that tech instead. Let's make some new ships anyway. Let's make some transports. We can make 7 in Europe. Let's make... let's see, where did I go? Reval, there we go. Let's make 14. 14 will be good enough. No, wait. No. We wanted to go here. There we go. Blue and brown water schools. So we can upgrade our naval bases for the future. For the future war. Okay, so if we remove everything that the silly British people want, would you accept this offer? They would. Well, why stop here then? If it's going so well and they don't really care to do anything else, then what else could you do? We are going to get all of Angola. We could demand Basque Congo. That's a thing that could happen. We could demand Portuguese Mozambique. Could do that too. That is entirely possible. That's a thing that might occur. What else? What else do they have that we would possibly want? Would we want to demand, for example, Estremadura and these areas over here? No. We have nothing to gain from having that. Or do we? What else is counted as one of the colonies? Let's take a look. Add war goal, place in the sun. Apparently here they have Macau, they have quite a few things. Macaronesia, we could get all their islands if we want to. That would be a douche move, but we could do it. So they mostly have just one provinces and stuff like that. Mozambique, Zambezia, those would be the main things. Anything the United States could give us? You know, what if we demanded Colorado, for example? What if we demanded New York? That's 10 war score. What if we demanded New England? 7 war score. Would they agree to that? Like eventually, perhaps they could. Taking New England and make it Polish. Like if we wanted to take something Polish, then we probably should go for, Chicago or something, but can't really do that. It's not even part of America in this timeline. So maybe go for New England. That would be interesting. We could station a ton of men there, and then for the next war we would be, fighting to... Okay, now I'm looking at the infamy. We have racked up quite a bit of infamy from demanding these things. So what would it take to add New England? 3.6 infamy. Yeah, but we kind of want Slovakia. So as fun as that would be, I don't think we will do that right now. What we will do now is peace, however. They would not accept this, but they would accept this. Humiliate Ireland and acquire all of these things. And then great war capitulation from, half the world. Proceed. Oh no, now I regret it already. I should have gone for New England. Would have been fun. Oh well. We can... Egyptian desert actually has enough Polish people in it now to make it a colonial province. That's pretty cool. And colony in over here in these areas. South Angola can become a colony. For what reason? Wait, what? Wait, this area is a colony, but these are not? These are just protectorate. Why? Well, some things I won't understand. Claim Angola. Sure, let's claim Angola. Reform the local government and all that jazz. That's fine. So now we have Angola. We could even release Angola as our own little puppet. We could if we would like to. question is, would we like to? Oh man, just imagine. Polish-Lithuanian New England. That would have been glorious. Absolutely brilliant. That's what it would have been. But I'm quite happy with them having to decommission most of their armies and stuff like that. That is enough for me to be happy. At least for now. We could invade them, you know, Russian Empire again. They're a fascist dictatorship, they probably deserve it. Bastards. But yeah, definitely we will want to have a better fleet. So we will have one Suez Canal rally point and one over here in Königsberg, where all the fleets will amass in the future. Yeah, and over here. There we go. It's going a bit better now. It's going a bit better. I'm quite happy. Suez, everyone. Head over to Suez. It's a nice place. You can all get shore leave or whatnot. There we go. Desideri Bern. Not too bad. Not too bad. He is actually pretty decent. But we still need better ships if we are to defeat the enemy. I mean, oh no. I am starting to have regrets about not taking New England. We could have had Polish-Lithuanian America. It would have been beautiful. Like, just imagine having, I don't know, what's in New England? Is Boston New England? No, it's in Massachusetts. Massachusetts. We could go for Burlington, Concord, Lewis. I don't remember any of these places. New England? I mean, it sounds like it should be very important, but for some reason I can't remember a single one of these. Concord, sure. Now let's go for Burlington. Burlington, the capital of Polish-Lithuanian America, with replaced entirely by Polish people speaking Polish. It would have been beautiful, so beautiful. Well, it's not happening. Probably not going to happen in this game, but it would have been adventurous. Definitely would have been. Just imagine what could have been. St. Petersburg, upgrade that naval base as well. We could also upgrade this naval base in Odessa. Would have been nice to have that. And these as well. Alexandria, Rasgarib, Qusair, Halaib, and Masava. Masava and Benguela. It's a very poor naval base, honestly. Luanda is the same, not very upgraded. This one is a bit better in Boma. And the one in Luanga over here is, or Luangu, much better. So yeah, we do have a very beautiful land. Ethiopia. We need to swallow Ethiopia. But we can't... No, the Star Admiral. Now we have a worse Admiral. What the hell? That's awful. That's awful. So what is the fascist dictatorship that is the German Federation going to do? What will they do? Will they ally us? No, they hate us. Is there anyone actually that likes us? I mean, the British Union likes us quite a bit. France is warming up to us now, so that's nice. Napoleonic Spain. My man. Or my, Spain. You're doing, starting to like us. And I'm liking you for it. Reino Unido, they're not hating us too much. They're not hating us too much, actually. Considering... Wait. So the primary culture is Portuguese. Their accepted culture is Brazilian. However, their capital is over here in Rio de Janeiro, which is populated by Brazilians and only a few Portuguese. I feel that, Brazil, Portugal, Reino Unido is having some troubles. I would like to see events that would force this kind of split, or some sort of civil war between them. That would probably be most appropriate. I don't think the Portuguese would be very happy with this arrangement, and I don't think that the Brazilians would be very happy being ruled by the Portuguese for this long, even if the capital was in Brazil itself. Morocco, the city-state of Morocco in Tangiers, is now a fascist dictatorship. I think we should all just bow down before them. Because, you know, they will go on a rampage, killing everyone in sight. You just know that's gonna happen. Or that's a thing at least that could happen. This fleet is starting to become a little bit better. Perhaps removing the commerce raiders would be a good start, making it a bit more legitimate. Goodbye, commerce raiders. We won't miss you. Especially I won't miss having to pay for you. There we are. And we probably have some over here as well. I would assume. Some commerce raiders. Actually quite a bit of them. That's right. Get out of here. Would be nice if you could sell them. Like, all those kind of things, that would be pretty nice. Being able to sell, for example, to uncivilized nations. So, for example... Yeah, here we go. Hyderabad. If we had some ships that we didn't need anymore, just sell them. That's what you do these days, or what modern nations do anyway. When your ships are not functional, or when you switch them out, sell them to some other country. They can still be, you know, usable in different capacities. Okay, let's go for some making more craftsmen, shall we? Let's make our industry greater, better, stronger, faster. Yeah. Well, perhaps we won't make it faster, but we will make it stronger anyway. We're now the second greatest power on Earth. That is honorable. We have the strongest military on Earth, especially since the Americans kind of died off. That's a good thing about getting a Great War capitulation. The AI won't think too much of it, but it's kind of like cutting them down to size in a bit. In a way. I mean, their army is non-existent at the moment. They have war exhaustion through the roof for some reason. Or not through the roof, but kind of a tenth towards the roof, I guess. Sigmaring an alliance. That's in our interest. Bundelkand, fascist coup d'etat. Wait, Bundelkand, where is that again? Where did Bundelkand go? Bundelkand. Isn't it here? Or is it... No wait, don't tell me, don't tell me. I'm sure I know where the Bundelkand is. Bundelkand, let me use my globe of knowledge. No, I can't figure it out. Okay, let's search for it. Bundelkand. Bundelkand is... But it's right here. They were right here. Oh yeah, of course they were here. The name just didn't show up on the map. I knew that all along. I knew that. Probably. Not really. Bundelkand. They are now fascists. So any other fascists here? Oh, Orissa is fascist. And Serbia apparently fascist. It's like a wave. Serbia is fascist. Sweden is fascist. You know, Russia is fascist. Just imagine if, instead of the communist revolution after the war in, like the World War I, or during World War I for that matter in Russia, imagine if the fascists were to take over power, just like they did in Germany, and have Germany and Russia with the fascist dictatorships both. I think Europe would be quite screwed at that point. So let's just be happy that kind of, you know, didn't happen. Let's just be happy for what we have. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Alright, but now we want some more armies. Speaking of fascism, let's build some armies. We shall make these armies wonderful. Wait, was it 6? I think it was 6. Okay. Let's take a look. Yeah, 6 infantry. So we want to make armies, so we have 18 infantry. 18 infantry, and then we want... wait, how many do we want? 5 times 3. It would be 33 then, after artillery. And then we want 3 engineers, and we want 3 hussars. We're in total 39 brigades. But I realize now that this only has... wait. Okay, this is wrong. It says over here, you can see that too, right? Over here at the binoculars, it says 76%, and then when you hold over, it says 70%. And this one, siege efficiency, 76%. How? Ah, you sneaky bastards. One of these numbers are wrong. I'm going for 76%. But what you optimally want to have is 100%. And since 1 hussar gives enough reconnaissance to, like in total 10 units and so the engineers, I think that having, for example, these units would be better. But you would need an engineer in these armies instead of what we currently have. It would be better. And apparently I messed up with giving up the units over here. So this one, for example, could use 1 less infantry and trade that for 1 engineer. Most of these are correct. Okay, so there's some of them that are not. That's fine. I think we have solved the issue. You see, these ones with 30,000 men in them, it doesn't have the optimal amount of artillery, sure, but I like to have some more extra infantry in the front just in case they die off. But this one has 100% recon and siege efficiency. So having some 10 brigades is probably the most optimal, but I'm just for some reason stuck at my 39,000 men. It's such a nice, uneven number that I'm, you know, I don't want to give up. And apparently now I am going between Khalistan or... Wait, Khalistan? Where's the Khalistan? Kashmir. Kashmir. Okay, Khalistan wants to back us. No, we don't want to back. But now Kashmir is asking to back them. No one else is backing Khalistan, so we can make sure that Kashmir becomes a free nation. Oh god, what did we do? What did we do? Why does Kashmir get Baluchistan? Why? Is this a thing? Okay, we ruined everything. It almost feels like we are ruining more things than we're fixing in this world. But definitely. Oh god, look at this. North German Federation and the Russian Empire allied together. The fascist bastards are in an alliance. This is not acceptable. We will have to defeat them. But first we need to take Slovakia. We really do need to take Slovakia. But first, we need our infamy to go down. Speaking of infamy, I really like this series is starting to run its course. We are running close to 1936, or the end of 1935, when the game ends. And at that point, it's time to start something new. And also, the Netherlands is finished, wrapped up, recorded, and the last episode probably out by the time this video comes up. So it's time to start new things, and I mentioned before the Divergence of Darkness mod, and that is definitely what will happen. But I've been looking around in it and can't really figure out which nation to play as. You have some interesting things, like the dual monarchy is a bit too big. It's probably too easy to play and too boring to play, but it seems like one of those with a lot of events and flavor. You also have Burgundy, which could be pretty interesting, and you also have some colonies and stuff like that, which would be pretty nice to play as. And then you have Scandinavia, which would be pretty nice to play as, even though that's mostly likely probably a bit too easy as well. Then you have things like... what else do you have? You have Aragon. Aragon would be pretty interesting. Plus, Aragon allows the creation of Aragon, Italy, I've noticed. And that seems like a pretty interesting thing to do. And then in America you have Vinland, you have this Belgian confederacy thing, and then you have Plantagenet or whatever. And playing as Vinland is not that easy, but it could be pretty interesting. Though, if you win that interesting beginning, it probably will be pretty boring eventually. So maybe a mini-series as Vinland, just playing through like the first 30 years or so. That could be a good thing. And then you have some random stuff over here that could or could not be interesting, depending on. So yeah, that is mostly it. Mostly it. There's maybe some Indian nation you can play as, but I'm already playing India in Hearts of Iron 4, so it seems a bit silly to play it again. So those are probably the biggest options that you can play as. There's also, Russia has been divided, so you could play as Muscovy, or you could play as Novgorod or something like that. And I've noticed that if you play in the beginning of it, infamy goes down really quickly until you have like an international code of conduct between nations, or international law, or whatever. Or international order. I don't remember what it's called, but something like that. So you can take territory pretty quickly. And what is happening here? Austria is being attacked by North German Federation and Hungary. Why? North German conquest of Tyrol. Well, there sure are Nazis taking over places. And also Hungary is attacking on their own to get Hungarian... oh god. Why couldn't they just take South Tyrol as well while they were at it? Now it just looks horrible. Just absolutely horrible. Poor Austria, they're getting murdered by everyone. So can we invite them to our little Polish union? I mean, the Austrians can be honorary Polish people, if nothing else. I'm sure that very few people would mind that. Except for probably most of them. So yeah, I'm not sure about the validity of that idea, but yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it will be fine. I'm sure it will be fine. No one will mind. The army is almost done. We just have some infantry that is needed, and then we will have a massive army there to divide up into 3. We're almost done with all of the naval tech. So we're doing really well. Their economy is booming greatly, and mostly through war indemnities. We're getting a lot of money. A lot of money. Oh, the Panama Canal is built. We did it. It's ours. We are the progenitor of this. Is this Nazi Finland? Is it Nazi Finland? It is fascist Finland. Everyone is turning fascist these days. Apparently now... Bukhara? Really? Are you becoming fascist as well? What's left? What's sacred in the world if not... It's like everything is... Revolutions here, revolutions there. We do have Tatarstan to protect... What? There's an army over here that I forgot about this whole time? This whole time, this army has been standing here? Seriously? How blind am I? See, don't tell me... Has it been there the whole time? Holy shit. I'm a terrible leader. I deserve to be shot. Holy shit. Okay, we're not gonna allow these fascist soup kitchens. It's just not gonna happen. 5 and engineer and, you know, like C or so. 3, 6, 7. Wait, I'm missing something. Engineer, of course. There we are. 1 army done, and now we can just split this down the middle and send 1 up here and 1 down there. Which is all kinds of wonderful. I like that Warsaw, which was centrally located in the beginning, now is starting to become, well, still kind of centrally located. Also, wasn't the reason they moved, any Polish people or anyone that has knowledge of Polish history, wasn't the reason that they moved the capital from Krakow to Warsaw that it would be a bit closer to Lithuania and the rest of them, since Krakow was kind of at the edge over here, and they had to travel all the way to Lithuania times and the rest, and you know, Warsaw would be more central. That seems like a reasonable... that seems like a reasonable reason for moving a capital to begin with. But I remember reading something like that. Could be true, could also be completely made up. Maybe I made it up. Okay, before we leave for now, because this episode has been running on for about 30 minutes or so, something along those lines, we'll just take a look at what our workers are. 49% are still farmers, but 20% are laborers and 13% are craftsmen. Also, soldiers of 5% apparently. So that's quite a lot. We are a very multi-ethnic state. Very multi-ethnic. Polish is the plurality still, with 23%, which is not a lot for a plurality, but still, that's kind of it. And we also have Misri, so that's the ones in Egypt, 10.8%. Others are 9.8%, Ukrainian, North German, Belarusian, Bakongo, African Minor, Lunda, Mongo, Kingwana. Lithuanian only at 2.4%, and Russians at 2.2%, and Ashkenazi at 2.1%. And then we have a bunch of others. So we have a lot of different ethnicities in our realm. And at only 23%, that's the primary culture, that's the main culture together with the Lithuanians. That we, I mean, only, like together with the Lithuanians we have like what? Is it like 25? Yeah, maybe 1/4 of our total population are from our main ethnicities of Polish and Lithuanian. So very multi-ethnic, and I'm, you know, quite proud. This is almost like Austria-Hungary version 2.0, only a bit slightly more to the northeast. Anyway, this episode is now done. We won the war against America. Kind of regret not taking New England with me in that peace deal. But overall, Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth better than ever and stronger than ever, and I see nothing that can defeat us. Not Russia, not Germany. Maybe if they all come together, then they could, but beyond that, it will take a miracle for them to win. So, in the next episode, we'll probably try to take Slovakia and also expand the navy a bit more for future conflicts. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time.